Hi, I'm Rich Sands and I want to start this video with 4 words. What do I know? For years, real estate professionals live by a simple rule. Low inventory, no supply means rising prices. And for a long time, that kind of worked. When inventory tightened, competition increased. When competition increased, prices climbed. And when prices climbed, buyers complained and bought houses anyway. And that was the Denver metro market for much of the last decade. Which is why something interesting has been going on now and actually the last 6 months. New listings in the Denver metro area are down roughly 6% from a year ago. Now, normally, the monthly repeatability of that would be the kind of statistic that would start to send prices upward, except it isn't. Sales are relatively stable. Days on market, stable. Months of inventory have actually edged up a little bit, and prices, they're up 1.5%. Not down, not booming, just up a little. According to 6 major value models, my house, which I purchased 4 years ago, has barely increased in value. Poor me. So what gives? Well, first, we can't ignore mortgage rates. For years, buyers were making decisions in a world of 3% mortgages. Today, they're making decisions in a world where financial costs are dramatically higher. The challenge isn't simply the rate itself, it's the monthly payment. A house that felt affordable a few years ago may produce a very different payment today, even if the purchase price has barely changed. Now, that really doesn't eliminate demand. It changes behaviors. Buyers are more selective, more patient, more willing to negotiate, and more willing to say bye-bye when a house feels overpriced. In short, rates may not be stopping people from buying homes. They may be simply stopping them from overpaying for them. Maybe for the first time in years, interest rates may be acting as a governor on price growth rather than a brake on sales. Now, or maybe the answer might be that buyers are finally doing something we haven't seen much of in recent years. They're pushing back, not walking away, not disappearing, just pushing back. For years, buyers operated under a simple fear. If I don't buy it now, prices are just going to be higher next year. That creates urgency. Urgency creates competition. Competition creates appreciation. Today's buyer faces a different reality. Many are looking at mortgage rates, monthly payments, insurance costs, and affordability challenges and saying, I like the house, but not that much. And that's a very different conversation. And what's fascinating to me is that demand hasn't disappeared. People are still buying homes. Homes are still selling. But buyers appear to be drawing more lines. They're becoming more selective, more patient, more disciplined. And when buyers become more disciplined, price growth tends to slow, even when inventory is tight. Think about it this way. For years, the Denver metro housing market was largely driven by scarcity. Today, it's driven by affordability, and those are not the same things. The market isn't asking how many buyers can we fit into the market. The market is asking how many buyers can still comfortably afford to be in the market. And that shift changes everything. So the result, we have a market that feels strange. Inventory's low, sales are steady, days on market are steady, but prices aren't accelerating the way a lot of people think they should and the way they have in the past. In other words, supply is still supporting prices, but affordability is simply preventing them from taking off. It feels like the market that's moving from scarcity to affordability. After years of rapid appreciation, bidding wars, emotional decision-making, what we're seeing might be something rare, a market trying to find balance. And for real estate professionals, that's an important reminder. Markets are complex. Inventory matters, interest rate matters, affordability matters, buyer psychology matters, and sometimes the market breaks one of our favorite rules. And this may be one of those times. Just because there's no inventory doesn't mean we get another boom. Thanks.